She's coming. She's coming!
Oh, it's in.
Red out receipt now!
Boss, let's go back.
Okay, here. Take this.
She's
go to
coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming! Oh, she's here.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with MoMo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Yo, guys, can you believe MoMo is 15 years in Ghana?
Really?
Yes, it's been 15 years of Fatumi Fon Soma Me.
15 years of Shami MoMo.
15 years of Loyazo.
15 years of I've paid the school fees.
Charlie, breaking news! Win awesome prizes in the MoMo at 15 rewards promo! Guy!
Just download the new My MoMo app, transfer and make payment, and you could be one of the 15 people to win 15,000 cedis each, and one of the 150 people to win 1,500 cedis each. Hurry Ghana, download the new My MoMo app and start getting rewarded today.
Yo, you download them.
Download. I stop winning.
It is the MoMo at 50 celebrations with MTN MoMo. Pay faster, pay safer, pay easier, and just MoMo it.
She's coming. She's coming!
Oh, it's in.
Red out receipt now!
Boss, let's go back.
Okay, here. Take this.
She's
go to
coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming! Oh, she's here.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with MoMo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Yo, guys, can you believe MoMo is 15 years in Ghana?
Really?
Yes, it's been 15 years of Fatumi Fon Soma Me.
15 years of Shami MoMo.
15 years of Loyazo.
15 years of I've paid the school fees.
Charlie, breaking news! Win awesome prizes in the MoMo at 15 rewards promo! Guy!
Just download the new My MoMo app, transfer and make payment, and you could be one of the 15 people to win 15,000 cedis each, and one of the 150 people to win 1,500 cedis each. Hurry Ghana, download the new My MoMo app and start getting rewarded today.
Yo, you download them.
Download. I stop winning.
It is the MoMo at 50 celebrations with MTN MoMo. Pay faster, pay safer, pay easier, and just MoMo it.
She's coming. She's coming!
Oh, it's in.
Red out receipt now!
Boss, let's go back.
Okay, here. Take this.
She's
go to
coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming! Oh, she's here.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with MoMo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Yo, guy, can you believe MoMo is 15 years in Ghana?
Really?
Yes, it's been 15 years of Fatumi Fon Somame.
Wow.
15 years of Shami Momo.
15 years of Loyazo.
15 years of I've paid the school fees.
Charlie, breaking news! Win awesome prizes in the MoMo at 15 rewards promo! Guy!
Just download the new My MoMo app, transfer and make payment, and you could be one of the 15 people to win 15,000 cedis each, and one of the 150 people to win 1,500 cedis each. Hurry Ghana, download the new My MoMo app and start getting rewarded today.
Yo, you download them.
Download. I stop Vincent.
It is the MoMo at 50 celebrations with MTN MoMo. Pay faster, pay safer, pay easier, and just MoMo it.
She's coming. She's coming.
Oh, it's in.
Red Hour receipt now!
Boss, select your bag.
Okay, here. Take this.
She's
go to
coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming. Oh. She's here.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with MoMo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Yo, guy, can you believe MoMo is 15 years in Ghana?
Really?
Yes, it's been 15 years of Fatumi Fon Somame.
Wow.
15 years of Shami Momo.
15 years of Loyazo.
15 years of I've paid the school fees.
Charlie, breaking news! Win awesome prizes in the MoMo at 15 rewards promo! Guy!
Just download the new My MoMo app, transfer and make payment, and you could be one of the 15 people to win 15,000 cedis each, and one of the 150 people to win 1,500 cedis each. Hurry Ghana, download the new My MoMo app and start getting rewarded today.
Yo, you download them.
Download. I stop Vincent.
It is the MoMo at 50 celebrations with MTN MoMo. Pay faster, pay safer, pay easier, and just MoMo it.
She's coming. She's coming.
Oh, it's in.
Red Hour receipt now!
Boss, select your bag.
Okay, here. Take this.
She's
go to
coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming. Oh. She's here.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with MoMo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Yo, guy, can you believe MoMo is 15 years in Ghana?
Really?
Yes, it's been 15 years of Fatumi Fon Somame.
Wow.
15 years of Shami Momo.
15 years of Loyazo.
15 years of I've paid the school fees.
Charlie, breaking news! Win awesome prizes in the MoMo at 15 rewards promo! Guy!
Just download the new My MoMo app, transfer and make payment, and you could be one of the 15 people to win 15,000 cedis each, and one of the 150 people to win 1,500 cedis each. Hurry Ghana, download the new My MoMo app and start getting rewarded today.
Yo, you download them.
Download. I stop Vincent.
It is the MoMo at 50 celebrations with MTN MoMo. Pay faster, pay Pay safer, pay easier, and just Momo it.
Hello guys, welcome to another episode of MoMo at 50 live session. My name is Shark Boy, a content creator and a YouTuber. Today, we are discussing one of the most anticipated topics, a topic you need clarification on, you need education on, that is mobile money fraud. And today I have my wonderful special guest here who are going to take us through this conversation. So I'll allow them introduce themselves. Please, who are we with?
Okay, thank you so much, Shark Boy. My name is Nana. I'm with the compliance team with Mobile Money Limited. Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
And my name is Rina, also with the compliance team of Mobile Money Limited. And thank you for having me as well.
You're also welcome. All right, so guys, you know how to participate. If you don't know, send in your questions, your feedback, anything you want to ask them, because this is the greatest opportunity for you to ask all your questions. And make sure you stay safe, stay alert, and protect yourself from mobile money fraud. We'll be right back.
She's coming. She's coming.
Oh, it's in.
Red out receipt now!
Boss, let's go back.
Okay, here. Take this.
She's
go to
coming.
the I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming. Oh, she's here.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with MoMo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
All right, guys, so welcome back. We are discussing mobile money fraud today, and make sure you send in all your questions, and I've told you all will be answered today. So let's get right into it. We want to know what's mobile money fraud all about.
Okay. So mobile money fraud essentially is looking at the schemes and the techniques that fraudsters use to kind of take money away from the wallets of our customers or illegally steal funds from the wallets of our customers. And they do this by exploiting this wonderful service that we are providing to our customers, making payments seamless and simple. And in using, in perpetrating fraud, they use this to get access to our customers' wallets, and then they take money from the wallets of our customers.
Okay, so there's this question I want to ask. Sometimes these fraudsters call you, and after you've caught them and they hang up, you ask yourself, why me? Upon all the numbers, why did they call me? So how do they choose their targets?
Okay, well, there are various means through which they choose their targets, but oftentimes it's a calculated means. Now, as much as the service that we provide is unique and is the frontier of payments and finance, there's always a disadvantage to it, and there are always means through which fraudsters will always try and take advantage of it. So oftentimes it's not targeted, it's just random. You know, they're picking different people. Whoever falls victim is whoever they take advantage of. So sometimes that's how they do it. But over time, we've also identified some trends that they use, and of course, based on the different trends that they use, some people will be more vulnerable to those types of schemes than others. So if you just permit me, I'll just go through, you know, a few of these trends that we've identified. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So there are a number of trends that we've identified, and as part of our work, and as a way to make sure that we are stepping ahead of the crimes that we're seeing and protecting our customers, it's our job to be able to understand these trends and educate our customers in a way that they can adequately protect themselves. So there are a number of trends we've seen, and the first one is on fake wrong transfers. So you have situations where somebody would randomly call you and say they've sent money to you, they need you to refund the money back to them. That's usually the very normal one. And then, of course, sometimes they'll tell you, don't check your balance. I mean, or there's no need to check your balance, so send them back the money. Sometimes you see the transaction, you see the SMS on your phone, but it's not even the amount that they claim they've sent. But the minute you see the SMS, you think, oh, it's not my money, I want to return it. There's that. There's also been trends where people attempt to call you claiming they're from MTN and say, we want to take you through a reversal process because we see that funds have been credited into your account that is not yours. We want to take you through a reversal process and attempt to take you through that reversal process, but inadvertently you might expose your PIN. There are also things like our fake promotions. You get an SMS saying that you've won something or there's a promotion they want you to take advantage of. So dial an SMS, or a number. There are also fake loans, that are also going around. Sometimes it's a link. You click the link and they're asking for things like your Ghana card, and personal information of yours that sometimes, we all need loans, right? So you might inadvertently give that out. There are also online vendor scams, and I'm sure, I've seen a lot of that also, where people would advertise, there are online vendors who advertise their goods and services online, but then at a certain point, they want you to make payment. The minute you make that payment, they block you, and then you lose your money. So these are some of the schemes that we have identified, and some of the things that we putting measures in place to be able to curb them.
Add to what there are also instances where we've realized that WhatsApp account takeovers are now on the rise. So what happens is that fraudsters are able to socially engineer our customers, and then in doing that, they're able to get access to their WhatsApp accounts. Now, when that happens, what they do is that they send messages to the family and friends of the customer to request for money on an urgent basis. And once the tricky thing here is that you know the person, you know the number, but once those messages come, they come with another number for you to send the funds to, a number that you are not so familiar with. And usually in an attempt to quickly help the person, somebody that obviously, you send the money only to find out later that it wasn't the actual person that you know. And we've realized that a lot of those instances are coming up as well. Another thing that we've also realized is the e-cash liquidation. What happens is that usually when fraud happens, because the fraudster does not want to be known doesn't want to be traced, what happens is that they approach you, maybe an agent or a merchant or even a subscriber, and give you many different stories, such as, oh, I've reached my limits, I'm expecting a payment, I need to pay something very urgently, but I've hit my limit, so I cannot get more money onto my wallet. So can you please give me your number so that you receive the funds on my behalf? And usually because you want to help, you give out your number, you receive the funds. But what has happened is that fraud has happened somewhere and they are looking for a mule account to use. So by providing your number, when we trace the funds, we see that the funds come onto your wallet and we hold the funds from your wallet in investigating the fraud. So if you look at the trace of events, you realize that the fraudsters themselves are out of the equation because you, in a bid to help them, you've provided your number, you receive the money, and you've parted away with cash. So that is another trend that we've noticed.
So with your customers prone to all these fraudulent activities, what are some security measures you put in place to protect the customer?
Okay, so there are a number of measures we've put in place. And for us, we take it in 3 phases. The first one is the preventive measures that we have. The preventive measures are usually around our training and our awareness. So that for us is very key because you own your wallet and you own your phone. So it's important for you as a customer to understand how you can ultimately protect yourself. So those are some of the things that we do. We run these, like what we're having now, these interactions to give our customer awareness of how to identify when there's fraud, what you need to do to protect yourself, are some of the things in terms of our prevention measures. And we also do SMS filtering. So that's basically where we're looking at the different SMSs and understanding that if they're not coming from us, for instance, but there are things that are attempting to advertise or promote or reward our customers and we know they're not from us, are usually some of the things we block. That's on the preventive side. On the detective side, Mobile Money Limited, we have an automated monitoring tool that allows us to be able to detect and monitor some of the transactions that are happening on our platform. So that for those that we determine are suspicious or fraudulent, we usually would investigate and block. So additionally, when we get the reports as part of our detection measures, when we get some of these reports, we also block the numbers. So we'll either block the IMEI or we block the numbers so that at least if somebody has reported and there are funds sitting on the account, we're able to block the funds while we do our investigation and make sure that there is minimal loss of funds. And then there's also our response. So the response just looks at how we are managing the reports we get, the complaints we receive, and the actions that we are taking. We work very closely with the law enforcement as well. So usually when we're investigating and we need the services of our law enforcement agencies, we also contact them. We're also liaising very closely with other telcos and fintechs within the industry, because we realize that sometimes these fraudsters don't only work on one mobile network. They usually will move the funds across so that it makes it more difficult for us to detect and then to salvage the funds. So we also work closely with our other telcos to say if there is an investigation or there's a transfer that involves any of the other telcos, we also work with them to be able to make sure that we can salvage them. So within our framework, it's mainly these three phases that we go through, but we apply them depending on the nature of, the situation that we find or we see.
So when they suspect fraudulent activities like that, they would like to report. Some of them like to report, but they don't know how to go about reporting these cases. So how do your customers go about reporting fraud cases?
So we have fraud complaint channels that are set up on our social media, our apps. We also have the email, and then we have our helpline, which is 100. So for reporting fraud, when fraud happens, what we advise is that please report immediately, because time is very essential. So you can dial 100 if you're a subscriber. You can dial 114 if you're an agent or merchant. You can email us at mmfraudteam.gh@mtn.com. I'll take that again. MM for mobile money, mmfraudteam.gh, GH for Ghana, but just GH@mtn.com. Additionally, you can go on my MoMo. Yes, we have them displayed. We have the app displayed behind us on our banners. You can download our app and report through that channel as well.
Yeah. But some of the customers also feel like when they report these cases, it takes long to get feedback and all those things. So they want to know what goes into them reporting the cases. What actions do you take?
Okay. So when you report fraud, when you lodge a complaint, you would acknowledge receipt, you get a case number. Following from that, we have a dedicated team that would investigate the complaint. And in investigating that, we would block the accounts that you reported initially to protect the funds, that is, if the funds are available. We also liaise with other telcos, because you realize that usually when fraud happens, like I mentioned earlier, time is really of essence. If you're not able to report early, you notice that once the funds come, they might push it to other telcos or other networks. So we have a good relationship with them. We'll liaise with them as well to trace the funds and to help in a reversal if possible. We also have very strong ties, like Nana mentioned, with law enforcement, where we engage them to investigate, assist us with investigations and prosecution if necessary. But we have to follow the lay-down processes and laws in Ghana. She also mentioned IMEI blocking. It's another measure that we take in-house, where we block we're working with the Ghana Telecoms Chamber, where there's a portal where we can block the IMEI of the phone that was used to perpetrate the fraud. And in doing that, all the telcos also follow the same suit, and you're not able to use the SIM card in that phone when you report it. Yeah.
Okay, so I think with the information you are giving, they really appreciate you giving them that info. But you see, there's something called charity begins at home. You are helping them protect themselves from fraud. But how can they also help themselves from being victims of these fraud cases?
Well, that's an absolutely brilliant question, Shak. And I think that is, for me, is the brunt of having these kinds of engagements, how you can protect yourself. Now, the first thing we would say is understand that we will not call you on any other number apart from 024 44 300,000.
Okay.
MTN will not call you on any other number outside that. It's particularly important. If you need to save that number on your phone, 0244 300,000. Save that number on your phone, so that if you get any other number, any other call from any other number that attempts to, take you through any process and say they are calling from MTN, you understand that this is not a number that I recognize. The second thing is, for you, always have and familiarize yourself with the reporting channels. So Rina has mentioned the short code. We've mentioned our hotline 100. We have it on our our MoMo app, my MoMo app. So once you have all of these channels, it allows you to immediately report when there is an incident. We know that, of course, you will not be able to visit an office, for instance, on Saturdays and Sundays if you wanted to go and report physically. But we still have these channels available, and our team is working round the clock to make sure that all of the incidences are addressed and then investigated, and then we feed back to you as well. So it's also first to understand that we only call you on 300, sorry.
Okay.
The second one is to understand and familiarize yourself with our channels. The third is have a strong password. I cannot overemphasize this. Have a very strong password. Look, we all are on social media. We are celebrating our birthdays. We are celebrating the birthdays of our children. We are celebrating the birthdays of our family. The minute your phone is stolen, the fraudsters will do a number of things. They will first try your birthday. You are born 30th of March, 2002. They will most likely try 3005. If they don't get that, they will try your birth year, 2002, because they know that normally that's what people will use. The third one, they will try the last 4 digits of your phone number, because they know that those are usually the numbers that you will easily remember. So they will use those numbers. And they know that also once they try the PIN twice and they try it a third time, it will block. The PIN will be blocked for an hour before you can try again. So they will usually try that. So as much as possible, have a very strong password that cannot be easily identified or guessed. We also have social media platforms. So usually they will go on your social media platform and try and guess the date you posted a cake, posted your child's birthday, you know, things like that to guess it. So these are some of the things they will go through, but they do it very quickly because they're working as a team. So you have to make sure that you're also protecting yourself. The last one is, as much as possible, and it's very linked to what I just said, curtail how much information you're putting on social media. I know that in this world of content creation and, you know, getting yourself out there, everybody wants to be part of, you know, your life. It's like your own reality TV.
Yeah.
But as much as possible, try and be careful of how much information, personal information of yourself you are posting. I mean, if you want to post your birthday, that's fine. Maybe post it 3 days before or 10 days after. You want to post yourself on a holiday, post it a few days after. It doesn't have to be live. You know, so that, because these are some of the things they use to socially engineer you. So be careful of how much personal information you're posting. And even when you are buying online, be careful of the information that you are giving as well, of your location, of your phone number. I mean, you need to pay attention to some of these things. So I think just very briefly, these are some of the things I hope is helpful that we can use to be able to protect yourself as a customer.
Guys, I hope you are taking serious note. But before we go on a break, they want to report. You understand? They want to report. But are there details they need to provide or prepare before they report? Some of them don't know. Then they come and report and tell them to do another thing. So they want to prepare themselves before they report you. So what are some of the details you need from them or info?
So to report, we need to have the dates of the incidents handy, have the details of the complaints as well, the fraud incident that happened, the number that called you, the number that you sent the funds to, the number that you sent the funds from as well. So all those details would need to be handy because you have to provide them in making the complaint. In addition to that, you have to add the amount of the fraud incident, and all these details help us in our investigations.
All right, guys, so we are about to go into the question and answer segment where you can ask all your questions on this episode. So make sure you drop them in the comment section and I'm going to read everything to you. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yo, guys, can you believe MoMo is 15 years in Ghana?
Really?
Yes, it's been 15 years of Fatumi Phone Somame. Wow. 15 years of MoMo.
15 years of Loyazo.
15 years of I have paid the school fees.
Charlie, breaking news! Win awesome prizes in the MoMo at 15 rewards promo! Guy!
Just download the new My MoMo app. Transfer and make payment, and you could be one of the 15 people to win 15,000 cedis each, and one of the 150 people to win 1,500 cedis each. Hurry Ghana, download the new MoMo app and start getting rewarded today.
Yo, you download them.
Download. I stop reset.
It is the MoMo at 50 celebrations with MTN MoMo. Pay faster, pay safer, pay easier, and just MoMo it.
She's coming. She's coming.
Oh, it's in.
Red out receipt now.
Boss, let's go back.
Okay, here. Take this.
She's
go to
coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming. Oh. She's here.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with MoMo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Yo, guy, can you believe Momo is 15 years in Ghana?
Really?
Yes, it's been 15 years of Fatumi Fonsomame.
15 years of Shami Momo. 15 years of Loyazo.
15 years of I've paid the school fees.
Charlie, breaking news! Win awesome prizes in the Momo at 15 rewards promo! Guy!
Just download the new MoMo app, transfer and make payment, and you could be one of the 15 people to win 15,000 cedis each, and one of the 150 people to win 1,500 cedis each. Hurry Ghana, download the new MoMo app and start getting rewarded today.
Yo, you download them.
Download. I stop reset.
It is the MoMo at 50 celebrations with MTN MoMo. Pay faster, pay safer, pay easier, and just MoMo it.
Alright guys, so welcome back to this live session, and I know you are taking some points and you are learning a lot from this mobile money fraud session. And before we get into it or continue, let me let you know that MTN will only call you on 0244 300,000. 0244 300,000. Any other number that calls you that they are from MTN, it's a scam. And the promotions they are running to, they'll call you on that number. If you don't understand anything, just call 100. You understand? All right. So most of you have sent your questions, and they are really interesting, and I relate with some of the questions. So we are going to take them one by one so that their issues get addressed, so that they leave here very, very satisfied. All right. So let's take it from the first person. This is from Siege. He says, "Can you track the actual number that has been reported as a fraud number?"
Yes, we can. So if you send us a number and we know, the first thing we'll do, of course, once we recognize that it's an MTN number just from the look of it, we would usually check on our system to make sure that it's an MTN number and that it's a number that has a wallet. So it can be tracked.
Okay.
It can absolutely be tracked, yes.
Okay, Sage, your question has been answered.
But to add to what she said,
Yeah.
Sure.
we can track it, but that information is only information that we can provide to law enforcement. We cannot provide that information to customers because we are a legal entity and we need to follow the laws of Ghana. And in Ghana, when fraud happens, the only institution that has the mandate to investigate fraud legally is our law enforcement agencies. So we can track, but that's information we can only provide to them and not to the victim.
All right, thank you very much. This is from Adele in Kumasi. Why is it that these fraudsters only fraud MTN users? Because compared to other networks, you won't hear anything like that.
That's an interesting question. Well, we have 60 million subscribers.
Yeah, that's a huge number.
We happen to be the biggest fintech, electronic money issuer in Ghana. So it's normal, I would say, that you would see that some of these events might be happening on our platform than other platforms. We have a big platform, as much as possible, we are also trying to make sure that we are giving optimum excellent service to our customers. And as a result of the excellent service that we give, we have a lot of customers. So, of course, with more comes more risk. And so maybe that's why you're identifying it. But with what we have identified, we also have very robust measures that addresses some of these issues. So what I want her to do is, as much as possible, if she identifies it or it happens to anybody, it happens to her, for instance, we encourage that you report it and through the channels that we've already mentioned, or advise those other people also to report it to us so that we can investigate the issues and lower the risk of any further events like that.
All right. That's a great answer. This from Digizi from Asylum Down. He says, how do the fraudsters know the exact amount of money on your phone?
Okay. That's another very interesting question. So, there are lots of POS devices, websites that allow you to pay by MoMo. And what these fraudsters do is that, unbeknownst to you, they push transactions to you. And, if you have, for example, 100 CDs in your wallet and somebody pushes 500 CDs to you, they push a prompt to you. Because you have, your balance is lower, you don't see the prompt, it doesn't come through. So then they go lower, 400, still it doesn't come through. Go lower again, 300, 200, and they keep going lower till they get to an amount like, let's say, 98 CDs, and they push that to you, and it goes through. So once they do that, they have an idea of the balance in your account. So they'll know that this person has between 98 to 100 CDs in your account because they push the prompts to try and gauge your balance. And that is the way that they're able to get that information.
All right, thank you very much. This, I think everyone wants to know this. This is from Anthony Ameyao. I even want to know it. How true is it? Some of your staff are involved in MoMo fraud. How true is that? Because last week, one of the people on my WhatsApp chat posted this MTN at 15 thing, and he texted me, talk to your people. There are people inside there who are doing that, and we need to know. They need to investigate and catch them. So how true is that some of the staff are involved in mobile money fraud?
Shaq, well, you see, generally in every organization, they may be bad nuts. Okay. But what we have done as an organization is that we ensure we have very comprehensive disciplinary and ethical codes that we ensure every employee is living by. And we do this by making sure that all our employees are familiar with our policies and procedures. We are constantly training our staff and making them aware of some of the trends and ensuring that they themselves are not used as a conduit for fraud. And then we also have disciplinary measures. So in the event that any of our employees are identified at any point in time, we make sure and we're kicking our disciplinary measures, as well as also involving our law enforcement, so that it serves as a deterrent. And we also make sure that these measures are deterrent enough to be able to dissuade any other person from trying to get involved in any of these crimes. So these are some of the measures that we are putting. But of course, when we identify things like this, we always want to know and understand, who is involved. Give us the name if need be. We also have whistleblowing channels that you can take advantage of. If you feel that there's something going on or you suspect something, use our whistleblowing channels also to report. But we take a lot of these reports very seriously and ensure that we address them properly. And for anyone that is involved, we do not cover them, we don't shield them, we expose them and ensure that the disciplinary measures take place.
Okay, so from what you are saying, would you say it sometimes happens that like a staff is involved? Because what you talked about was more of the measures you take in case someone is involved. But he wants to know, like, is it possible or has it happened before that someone has been involved or something?
So can I answer?
Okay, sure.
Okay, so, earlier on, as we advised, MTN will only call you with 0244 300,000. We've had instances whereby different variations of that number call customers and tell them, I'm calling from MTN. So you might have a 02 something something 5, then there's maybe a 1, and there are lots of zeros. Customers see those numbers. So far as the number has called them with a lot of zeros, they assume it's from MTN. And as soon as they call the customer, of course, you'll say I'm from MTN and take the customer through a process. And through that process, they get defrauded. And so the customer, MTN, called me and I got defrauded. So it creates that impression that there are internal people that are perpetrating fraud. And that is why we keep hammering that we only have one number. Any variation of that number, calling and saying they're calling from MTN, is indicative of fraud. So please save the number again, 0244 300 000. That is the only number we call our customers on.
All right. So this is from Matilda Azu from Facebook. I transferred 15,000 Ghana cedis from my MoMo account to my bank account. After some hours, I had an alert from my bank stating that 13,000 has been transferred to a particular MTN number, which I have no idea about the transaction. Can you please help me retrieve my money since the bank provided me with the number of the fraudster? What do I do?
Well, Matilda, the first thing is, I don't know when this transaction happened, and I sincerely apologize. I think that's quite a lot of money to lose. But the first thing you need to do is to report it to us. The minute you receive that SMS, is to report it to us. Call 100 or call, go through the 1*70 prompt, or use my MoMo app. You click on the top left corner, go to my help, and then report fraud. So you need to do that immediately, because what is happening is now there's also the bank that is involved. Yeah. So we need to know, work with that bank to find out exactly how your funds were withdrawn. We also need to find out whether the money was moved into our own network, a number on our network, or it was moved to another network. But the thing about these fraudulent incidences, it happens very fast. So you make a transfer right now, in a few minutes, a myriad of things can happen. So the sooner you report it, the better. So Matilda, she called?
Yeah, Matilda.
Yes, so Matilda, please use any of our channels to report. You can also use the email, which is mmfraudteam.gh@mtn.com. mmfraudteam.gh@mtn.com, and report this to us and give us much information as you can. The date it occurred, how much was removed, your bank, as much, so that it reduces us having to come back to you. And with the information we're giving, we can ride on and try and close the case and find out what exactly has happened to you.
All right. Thank you very much. This is from Dignity God's Way. I have been a victim of fraud for about 3 years now, and I was able to report or lodge the complaint, but till today, I have not gotten any update on my incident. Is it that you do selection in working on a particular one?
Okay.
So we don't.
We don't, God's sake. So what happens is that when we investigate fraud, we send SMSs to the customer and provide an update on the issue that has been investigated. The unfortunate thing is that most often people don't get a chance to check their messages and read an update on the case. Once it's investigated, whatever the outcome is, we send it by SMS through the same channel where you received the initial SMSs when we received the complaint. You would get an SMS from us giving an update on the case. So I would kindly ask that you check through your SMS. It's been, 3 years? It might be long, but you can open the case with us, and let's look through and provide feedback.
All right. So Dignity, make sure you do that. All right, so let's move to the next page. That's Jeremiah. How best is MTN working to fight against mobile money fraud concerning our parents who are not educated but are also using mobile money? How would they be able to detect that someone is attempting to fraud them?
Okay, well, the first thing is we're doing a number of awareness campaigns on various media channels, on TV, on radio. And what we're trying to do is, as much as possible, do it in different languages so that we can reach as many people as possible. Because we know there are people who are using feature phones. Our older folks, for instance, might use feature phones. So, things like reading text messages and all that. But most people listen to radio, and maybe whatever radio it is they listen to, as much as possible, we try and play some of these jingles, to alert them of some of the things they should be paying attention to. We also send SMSs. So every now and then you get an SMS, it will tell you, we use some of the trends that we have currently. Okay. So for instance, when recently we had when we found out about the fake loans and the link, we sent an SMS and said, don't click on any links that you don't know. Don't share any information to anybody. Don't share your PIN. Don't share your Ghana card information. So that those SMSs are not riding on your ability to have internet. Anybody can receive those messages. But also, we are also indicating that if you receive a call from somebody and say they want to help you to do something, you don't have to entertain it. Cut the line. Very recently, I had a case on radio. It was an OAP, an on-air personality, and he posted, I think he recorded the call and posted it on social media. And a gentleman called him, said he was from MTN, said his full name, told him that, he has won a reward or a promotion, so they want to give him the reward. So he should, they are sending a code to his phone. When he sees the code, he should say the code back to the person on the call. And you could tell that he knew what was happening. So he was just riding along, with the person until the end of the call when, it became a matter of insults. They were throwing insults at each other. So, but I think what he wanted to do, he wanted to waste the guy's time enough for him to know that next time, don't call me. But these are some of the things you want to make people aware. If you're not sure what's going on, cut the line. Earlier on, Shaq, I forgot to mention that there's a very recent trend that's happening now where it is a fake blocking, where somebody will call you, say you sent money to me, I sent money to you, can you return the money to me? And then you say, I don't know any money, and the person becomes abusive. Once it becomes abusive, of course, you end up abusing the person back and then cut the line. The minute you cut the line, somebody else calls you and says, I'm calling you from MTN. And I know that this number has just called you. Can you give me the number and let me block it for you? At that point, he gains your trust. Once he gains your trust, anything he asks you to do beyond that point, you do it. Sometimes they even tell you, don't check your balance. Because if you check your balance, the money will go. So don't check your balance. Let me take you through this process and then, reverse the funds that have been taken from you. Don't listen to any of those things. There are even people who call and say, I say it's in Trinidad, like, as if to say he has offered you a service and he wants your money back. And if you're somebody that maybe takes a lot of loans or, you've been offered services and you haven't paid for it, it's easy to start saying, who is this? Sometimes when you ask for their name, they'll say, oh, who name me? Like, you know me, that sort of thing. An attempt to. So all of those things are happening. As much as possible, if somebody calls you, you don't know them, tell us it. Because that also happens. All you have to do is just cancel it. Yes. So for our older folks, we hope that, continuously, once they listen to some of these tips, it will really help them in preventing the fraud.
Thank you very much. We are really learning a lot today.
Yes.
Okay, so this is from Thomas Finn. He says, I want to know, if we report a fraud to you, do you take immediate action or it takes you a number of days?
So once you report fraud, ideally if you call 100 and report fraud, immediate action is taken on the account that you're reporting. The good thing is that 100 is quite immediate. So as soon as you call, we can take action. The thing is, time is really of essence because sometimes, like the online vendor scams that Nanatunde mentioned, once you send money to an Instagram, Facebook, any of these social media channels, you send money and then you're waiting for your item to be delivered. And your item is not being delivered, you wait to call and then you are blocked. All that time, it takes for you to realize that, oh, I've been scammed. That is a long window of time that they move the funds or they're able to take out the money. So by the time you actually reach out to us to report, the money is already gone. And there's not much we can do to get the money back to you. But the good thing is we have law enforcement agencies in the country. So we would advise that you report to the police. And once you report to them, we have a dedicated channel set up exclusively to handle police requests. And the law enforcement agencies, they are aware of it. They know the kind of information we require to help them investigate the case. So that channel is set up, is fully set up, and is only to handle police requests. So we advise that liaise with the police so that they can investigate the case and bring the perpetrators to book.
All right, so I think this is the last person. His name is Oduma Nkuma Senior. He doesn't have a question, but he has a suggestion.
Okay.
He says, I have a suggestion. Please, can you program on your official number as saved on the SIM cards. Please, can you program on your official number as saved on the SIM cards? I don't know
Okay,
what
I
it's
don't
called.
really...
Kuma, I think you have to send your,
Yes.
your suggestion again. Because maybe it's not that clear. Yeah. But we take the suggestions. I mean, if you provide the suggestions to us, of course, based on what you see, there are also suggestions that we can take to heart.
Okay, so Oduma Kuma, resend your question. We are going to read it for you. So let's take the next one. This is from Bright Gavu. He says, when it comes to fraud reports, MTN does not give you a case number. Call center always wants you to report on the MoMo app, but that will cause the fraudster to act faster than MTN. That's what someone is saying. That's from Bright Gavu. Or I should take it again?
Yes, please take it again.
When it comes to fraud reports, MTN does not give you a case number. Call center always wants you to report on the MoMo app, but that will cause the fraudster to act faster than MTN.
Well, so usually we will give you a case number once it is reported.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's not reported, we cannot generate a case number for you because it's that report that we use to generate a ticket. So if you report it, it's generated. If you call 100 and for one reason or the other you are advised to go on the app or through the USSD, you can do that. You can even report it on all the platforms if you want, you know, but our team is dedicated and they are professionals. So no matter what it is, usually you have the opportunity to be able to report it at that point and let them know that I'm going to report this here, but I will also report it on the other channels because usually, I mean, if you let them know that the case is urgent because the funds were just maybe immediately removed and I want the issue closed and I need you to be able to start working on it. You can ask them to give them the details that you need and you can also report it on the other channel.
Okay, so this is from the same person. He says, but if you can withhold the funds of fraudsters,
right,
why do some of your staff decide not to block fraudulent transactions when it's reported by individuals? But if you can withhold the funds of fraudsters,
right,
why do some of your staff decide not to block fraudulent transactions when it's reported by individuals?
Yeah, so as soon as you report fraud, the first aid, immediate action we take is to block or suspend the wallet. If the funds are available, we hold the funds. So we hold the funds and then we suspend or block the account. So that is the process that we have in place. So I'm not too clear on the question, but because once you report and the funds are available, we can't leave the wallet active because then the fraudster can easily cash out the funds. So that is the immediate thing that even the call center, any channel, that's the first thing that you do before they even push the case further to the fraud team to investigate.
I think that's why it's important to provide the correct number.
Yes.
If you provide the correct number, then we know that we are blocking the right one. So it's important that you recognize the number that has called you, and when you are reporting, give the correct number so that we can block it. If the number is not correct, we are unable to do that. So it's important, always have as much detail, especially the phone number that the funds were sent to.
Yes, and to add to that, another mistake that we've noticed is that, you know, like she mentioned, it's a group of people. So one person might call, but then the number that you actually send the funds to is another number. So if you call us and you provide the number that called you, of course, you can't see the transaction on that number. So we need all the information, every information of the incident that happened. And then based on the information you provide, we're able to better assist you in investigating the case.
So I think they are done with their questions. And I don't know, I've really learned a lot personally. And I know most of them have also learned a lot from this. So guys, I want to let you know, MTN will only call you on 0244 300,000. 0244 300,000. Thank you very much for sending in your questions. And we also thank you for the brilliant answers and the insightful answers you've given us.
Thank you so much.
So guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
She's coming. She's coming!
Oh, it's in.
Red receipt, Go to
coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming. Oh. She's here.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with MoMo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Yo, guys, can you believe Momo is 15 years in Ghana?
Really?
Yes, it's been 15 years of Fatumi from Somame.
15 years of Shamimubu. 15 years of Loyazo.
15 years of I've paid the school fees.
Charlie, breaking news! Win awesome prizes in the MoMo at 15 rewards promo. Guy!
Just download the new My Momo app, transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 people to win 15,000 cedis each, and one of the 150 people to win 1,500 cedis each. Hurry, Ghana! Download the new My Momo app and start getting rewarded today.
Yo, you download them.
Download. I stop Vincent.
It is the Momo at 15 celebrations with MTN Momo. Pay faster, pay safer, pay easier, and just Momo it.
She's coming. She's coming.
Oh, it's in.
Red out receipt phone!
Boss, let my bag.
Okay, here. Take this.
She's
go to
coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming. Oh. She's here.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with MoMo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Yo, guys, can you believe Momo is 15 years in Ghana?
Really?
Yes, it's been 15 years of Fatumi from Somame.
15 years of Shamimubu. 15 years of Loyazo.
15 years of I've paid the school fees.
Charlie, breaking news! Win awesome prizes in the MoMo at 15 rewards promo. Guy!
Just download the new My Momo app, transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 people to win 15,000 cedis each, and one of the 150 people to win 1,500 cedis each. Hurry, Ghana! Download the new My Momo app and start getting rewarded today.
Yo, you download them.
Download. I stop Vincent.
It is the Momo at 15 celebrations with MTN Momo. Pay faster, pay safer, pay easier, and just Momo it.
Alright guys, so welcome back, and we were doing the Q&A segment of the MoMo fraud, yes, mobile money fraud, and we were closing it, but there are a lot of questions still coming in, and we don't need to ignore this question. We need to answer you. That's why you are watching this live. So we are going to take more questions and make sure that we are done with everyone's question.
For you.
Yeah, we are done with everyone's question before we move on. So let's take this from in farm for Obeng. He says, how long does reversal of a wrong MoMo transaction take?
Okay. So the standard time is usually 15 working days to get back to the customer, to work on it, investigate. When you report a wrong transfer, there's a lot that goes into it. We need to talk to both the sender and the recipient, and sometimes you find out that both the sender and the recipients, they don't agree, and then it becomes a dispute. And when it becomes a dispute, everybody is claiming ownership of the funds, then we need to do an added level of investigation. So a lot of time goes into it, a lot of effort. So within 15 working days, we are hoping to have resolved the issue. But in the case that is disputed and we need additional information, or we need to go an extra leg to address the issue, we engage both parties if we need to involve, because sometimes you find out that there are huge sums involved and both parties do not agree. Everybody claims ownership of the funds. So in those kind of events, you have to refer it to the court for the court to provide an order. So the parties refer it to the court provides an order, and based on the court order we receive, we take action and we close the case. But in doing all of this, we share information to the customers, keep them updated on what is going on, provide timelines, and all that is duly communicated.
So, just to add,
Okay.
that's why it's important. So it can take shorter than 15 days, to be honest. So it usually depends on the nature of the case. That would depend how long it's taking. That's why we said already earlier, provide as much information as possible. So if, for instance, somebody said you mistakenly sent funds to somebody, but the person is claiming it was for a product that they provided to you, and you know that you haven't provided that information, as much as possible, be clear and let us know that it wasn't for the payment of any service, or to indicate to the person that if it was for a product, evidence that you and me actually had a chat, that I was going to purchase something from you. Based on that, I made the payment to you. Because if the person doesn't have that, then, it helps to quicken some of these things. So it's 15 days, but it can take shorter depending on how easily we are able to investigate it.
All right. That's a very great answer. So this is from John Kweku Selby. He says, hello, what I am trying to say is if MTN can program their 0244 300,000 number on our SIM card, more of a speed dial.
Speed dial?
Yeah, as in if you can program that number on their SIM card so that they'll just call the number and they don't need to they'll have the number saved.
Yes.
So that if it doesn't read, let's say, from MTN, the name saved MTN, it doesn't come as MTN, they'll know that it is fraud. I don't know if you get it.
So what we've done is we know a lot of these smartphones, most people use Truecaller.
Yeah.
And what happens is that most of the time, fraudsters, when they acquire their numbers, they go on Truecaller and save it as MTN head office or MTN Osu branch. They save it on Truecaller as MTN. So when they call you on your phone, Truecaller tells you that this is MTN. But in actual fact, it's a fraudster who has saved this number as MTN. So what we've done is that on our official number, 0244 300,000, we have the verified tick on Truecaller. It's a verified number. So if you receive a call from any other number claiming to be MTN and you don't see that tick on Truecaller that is verified, then please be cautious because it's indicative of fraud.
I think just to add to that, you can also favorite on your smartphone.
Yeah.
You can favorite a number so that, of course, in the event that you needed to, it's a quick reference for you. If you don't remember how many zeros, for instance, are in 300,000, you can favorite it so that if a call comes to you, you can easily reference and make sure that this is a number. Because, like Rina said, you can get variations of that number. It can be 0243 300,000 or 0245. Once a lot of people see a lot of the zeros, it gives them the notion that it's coming from us. But it's only 0244. Yeah, so you can also take that pragmatic step to favorite the particular number and save it properly, as well as using Truecaller that allows you to know that that number is verified.
Okay, verified on Truecaller. So guys, please take note, you understand. So this is from Sweet Rivera. Can MTN provide a customer with the following details? So she listed 3 details. So one is a record of how many times I have reset my mobile money PIN. 2, information regarding the MTN agent who facilitated each PIN reset, including the specific method used for the reset. 3, a history of how many SIM swaps have been performed on my accounts, along with the details of the agents involved and the procedure followed for each swap. So I think we should take it one by one. So let's take the first one. Can MTN provide a customer with the following details? So let's take the first one. A record of how many times I have reset my MoMo PIN.
Okay, so we have self-PIN resets where you can reset your own PIN. And if you want information on how many times you've reset your own PIN, I believe when you walk into our branches and make that request, we can look into the issue and advise you on that.
Okay, and the second one, she says, information regarding the MTN agent who facilitated each PIN reset, including the specific method used for that particular reset.
So I think that what she can do, okay, is to put the entire request together. So, you know, we have, of course, in terms of privacy, okay, we have setting standards. And, of course, everybody has a right as an individual, as a customer, to get information that is related to the use of their SIM and their wallet. So we can respond to those, you know, those requests. She can put it together, you know, put the request together of what she wants to know. She needs that information, but I must stress that it must be related to her own SIM and the use of her own wallet. It cannot be in relation to somebody else. So if she wants that information, she can put the request together and we'll review it and then give her a response as to all of the information that she's asking about.
All right. And the third one, she said, a history of how many SIM swaps have been performed on my account, along with the details of the agents involved and the procedure followed for each swap.
So I think, just as we've said, she can give us the indication. What we can do is, as much as possible, I think first we have to understand that we'll have to go through a process to understand what we can give and the timelines that we can give it. As much as possible, once we receive these kinds of requests, we'll give you feedback and let you know when we can, or the timelines we can respond to you, so that we can let you know the number of SIM swaps. In terms of the agents, I'm not too sure, you know, why she needs that kind of information, but we can clarify why she needs the agent, because if there's been a SIM swap, I'm thinking you want to understand the SIM swaps that have been done and then what means it was used. We don't want a situation where we start divulging information on agents to you where, you know, you can go and get confrontational with an agent or something like that. So as much as, if you want to understand how, you know, the swaps have been done on your mobile line, we can provide that too.
But we do SIM swaps on request of the customer. Yeah. So it would have been something that she requested. She walked into a branch or something like that and requested for that. So if you want information of how many times that you've probably lost your SIM or you changed your phone or anything, wants information on it, like Nanatunde said, you can write to us and request for that, and we will look at it, we'll review, and we would get back to you on what we can get.
All right. I hope your questions have been answered.
Yes.
So let's move to the next person. This is from Nanikia Ejapoma. I stopped using my SIM about a year ago, and I replaced it about a week ago. I noticed the 1,000 Ghana cedis is off my account. How should I go about it?
Well, so what's her name?
Nanikia.
Nanikia, please report it. When did she do the SIM?
She said a week ago.
It's a week ago.
She replaced the SIM a week ago.
Nanikia, you should have reported this to us by now. You should have reported this but if you haven't, it's not late. You can report it to us and we'll try and understand exactly what's happened to your funds. It will also be good if you have a record of your last balance. So before you stopped using the SIM, have a record of, if you have an SMS or your app, of the last balance. That will also help so that we can confirm that indeed that's how much you had on the wallet before.
And she mentioned that she stopped using the SIM about a year ago.
Yeah.
So usually your account goes into dormant status after 12 months of inactivity. So when it happens like that, you checking your wallet, you might not see the information that was there before, because once it goes into a dormant status, the status of the wallet changes and you're not able to access it and all of that. So she needs to report it to us and let's look into it, because there are dormant regulations as well that we abide by. It might have occurred on the account, so you would not see the balance that you previously had.
Doesn't mean anything.
It does, exactly. Okay. So that is what it is.
Yeah.
It might just be an issue that your account has gone into dormancy, so we need to look at it. So please report it and let's take the appropriate action.
All right, I'm sure she will just take immediate action because she
needs
her money. All right, so the next person is, this is from Baba. I'm unable to send MoMo as it kept popping up that sender not active. I have sent an email, but nothing positive. Hey, she's rhyming. I am out of the country. So how do I get this settled?
Send that.
Let me take it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm unable to send MoMo as it kept popping up that sender not active. I have sent an email but nothing positive. I am out of the country. So how do I get this settled?
Okay. So we have online channels that you can use to lodge a complaint. She didn't provide the email address she used because we need to find out which email, because we have to confirm that you're sending your request to the accurate email. And if you're out of the country, like I mentioned earlier, it's possible that you haven't used a SIM for a while, so it's gone into dormancy. So we need to look at it and investigate the issue and get back to you. But we have online channels. I'm sure once you go on our website or on our social media, you can get all those channels. And since you're outside the country, we can use that online channel to address your issues without having to be here physically.
Okay. So this is from Amankwa, Richmond. People lose their monies when their phones are stolen. Why is this so?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. Okay, so earlier on, Nanatunde mentioned that we have to choose a very strong pin. Like she mentioned, usually when fraudsters get access to your phone, there are two or three things that they try and guess your PIN. And one of them is the last four numbers of your phone number. A lot of people use the last four numbers of their phone number. And it makes it so easy for fraudsters to gain unauthorized access to their wallets. Additionally, most people like to use their year of birth. Or if you were born on, let's say, March 5th, they will use 0503 because it's easy to remember. And you ask, how did the fraudster know my year of birth or my date of birth? How do they know? Social media, especially social media. Because what they do is they take your phone, they take out the SIM, put it in another phone, and then they call the number just to get your number. Once they get the number, they'll push a transaction to the number to see your name. And you know, we put the name there, it's not to perpetrate fraud, no. It's for people to know that when I'm sending money, yes, this is the person I'm sending the money to. But unfortunately, these are some of the downsides of trying to, the pitfalls. So they try and push the transactions and then get your name. And getting your name, then they start looking for you on social media. And gone are the days where all of us thought that fraudsters are illiterate, they don't know how to use technology. No. I think we need to move away from that level of thinking because there are smart people who are doing this now. So they get their name and then they go on social media. And if you are somebody that you post a lot about yourself, so today I'm 30, so I post, I'm 30 today, thanks be to God, like I have a birthday, all of that. Posting I'm 30 today, that is it. You're giving out your date of birth. You see. So the year of birth, of course, we are in 2024. What am I saying? 2014. Yeah, in 2024. Just doing that subtraction, I know your year of birth. So I'll try that. Or if you posted it today is 20th September, so it's 2009. You see, those automatic four numbers that people like use a lot. So the last four digits of your phone number, your day and month of birth, or the year of birth. And as soon as they get your phone, those are the first things they try. So if unfortunately you've used any of these things, then without you even coming in or they trying to put a knife on you to give they get access to your wallet and they're able to move funds. And you see when that happens, then you get reports, people are agitated. Hey, I didn't give anything, they've taken my money, MTN, what is going on, MoMo, what is going on? But we always emphasize that choose a strong pin, a pin that nobody can relate to you, and then I think we'll be on the safer side.
Okay. Well, my question, I want to know the MoMo loan duration. It's too short. That to be like more than a month. Because sometimes we don't have the money to pay. We are waiting for some money and it's delayed.
Don't worry, we'll look at it. We are taking feedback, so we're taking your feedback.
All right. So, any closing remarks and everything?
Well, just to re-emphasize that, please, we only call you on 0244 300,000. That's the only number MTN will call you on any issue. Also familiarize yourself with how to report fraud. So star 100, and then 1*70, our USSD short codes to reports, and dial 6 and then 4. And then on our MoMo app, please download our MoMo app. You can go on the App Store of both Android and iOS and download MoMo app. And then you can go on the top left corner, click, go to My Help, and then it will take you to report fraud. You can report that. Like we've said already, choose a very strong PIN as much as possible, a PIN that cannot be easily guessed. Make sure that you are not providing too much information on your social media pages. And when you are purchasing online, please be very careful. Make sure to check the name of the vendor and the name that you are paying to. Make sure that you are checking out the pictures of these products. Make sure they are not foreign pictures. Some of these pictures are very foreign. You can see that they are just been pictures that have been photoshopped and screenshotted and put on the people's pages. So you can tell that, make sure that they are real life people who have actually worn these clothes or wearing the hair or whatever. And then make sure that when you are paying, the name of the person or the vendor is the same name as the person who, is you are paying to when you check the name. And as much as possible, if the number is in another network, I think you should be slightly skeptical about that. Or as much as possible, do payment on delivery. I mean, I think that's the safest that you can do. Just pay on delivery.
MoMo on delivery.
Yes. Pay on delivery. MoMo on delivery.
Yes,
exactly. So that you know that you are paying the right person. So we're hoping that we will still keep sharing, the tips, awareness as much as possible to all of us. So please follow our social media pages, MTN Ghana on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and then also on YouTube, just to keep abreast with some of the tips that we're always sharing.
But I heard there are 3 golden rules. What are they? Some of us don't know, but we hear it a lot.
So 1, keep your PIN confidential.
Okay.
It's your secret. Keep it confidential. 2, do not approve any prompts that you did not initiate. Yes. And the 3rd one is what we are highlighting today, that we will only call you on 0244 300,000.
Wow. Thank you very much. A lot of questions are coming in, and because of time, we can't do all the questions. But guys, make sure you send us a DM with all your questions, and we are going to respond to them. We are going to respond to every single question. So don't hesitate to enter our DMs on all social media platforms, MTN Ghana, and we are going to respond to your questions. So I want to thank you very, very much for the insights and the education you've given us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
It was good to be here.
Yes.
Do this again.
Yeah, we need to do it again. We need to do it again. And guys, thank you so much for also sending your questions and being engaging in this conversation. So you still have to download the MoMo app. Yes, MoMo app. Right now, everyone is downloading it. So if you are not downloading it, you are lacking behind. You understand? And also the cashless fair is coming up on the 2nd to the 6th of October. Let me take it again. On the 2nd to the 6th of October at the Tetakwashi Runabout Good Park, where we are going to have a fair which is going to be cashless. I need you there. Everyone is going to be there. And also the promotions are running. You can win cash prizes. But know that anytime you win a cash prize, you'll be called on 0244 300,000, 0244 300,000. And also make sure you follow MTN on all social media platforms, MTN Ghana. Stay safe, stay safe and stay away from all fraudulent activities. And I'll see you another time. Bye.
She's coming. She's coming!
Oh, it's in.
Red out receipt though!
Boss, let's go back.
Okay, here. Take this.
She's
go to
coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming! Oh. She's here.
safer and pay easy with MoMo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Yo, guys, can you believe MoMo is 15 years in Ghana?
Really?
Yes, it's been 15 years of Fatumi Phone Somame.
Wow. 15 years of Shami Momo. 15 years of Loyazo.
15 years of I've paid the school fees.
Charlie, breaking news! Win awesome prizes in the MoMo at 15 rewards promo! Guy!
Just download the new My MoMo app, transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 people to win 15,000 cedis each, and one of the 150 people to win 1,500 cedis each. Hurry, Ghana! Download the new My MoMo app and start getting rewarded today.
Yo, you download them.
Download and stop being safe.
It is the MoMo at 15 celebrations with MTN MoMo. Pay faster, pay safer, pay easier, and just MoMo it.